And he said, "You are awkward, but it's great. That's who you are."
But I don't think people think of you as awkward. I think people always think that you're cool. And that's what we read that awkwardness as cool. But we also read it as, I think the awkwardness, sometimes we think, oh, she hates me.
Yeah, well, it's good to have options, really. It's good to have options.
Well, you were like the proto-Riot Girl. I mean, you were an enormous inspiration to them. I mean, Kathleen Hanna raves about your influence, what it was like to see you up on stage, sharing the mic, what it was like to hear your lyrics. Also to see you be so strong and uncompromising.
And I think that, in a way, punk rock opened things up for people in a way that they didn't expect. Like, it just kind of drew people in as, like, I don't know, like, some, it was the most interesting thing since the 60s, and I'm old, so I know what the 60s were. But, it was against the status quo and corporations and corporate rock and consumerism, and it meant different things here and in England, but it was exciting, and it kind of drew people into music in a way that they hadn't thought they would ever go or end up. That was thrilling when we did the performance. It was like very incredibly nervous, and but it was like going on like this huge roller coaster ride, and then it was over. And then I don't know, the next day I felt like, God, I feel like a rock and roller or something, like, which is, I don't know, it was kind of like, and then it was, what do I do with this? Do I continue doing music, or I do art? Or it was very confusing. I mean, like, if you're not writing about a broken heart or something, there's a lot of things to write about. And I'm not saying, and I think in our band we took advantage of that.
Yeah.
So, there's just like a lot of stuff to write, like, about, and that was, in a way, also the impetus for, I guess, writing about Tunic or Karen Carpenter.
Which is one of my all-time favorite songs. I love that song.
Oh, cool. Like when something really traumatic happens in your life that kind of is this, not just an intervention, but it just sort of splits your life open, and then you start thinking about how you got to where you are, and what part of it, what did I play, like, where was I remiss, or like, who am I, or, like when you lose your identity because your identity is involved with your work and your relationship, and so it, it kind of sets you off on this course of sort of rediscovering who you are and owning up to it in some way. And for me, writing is a way of really just thinking, and I can't even think almost without writing, and just kind of like trying to figure out how I feel about things.
Do you miss playing with Sonic Youth?
I don't miss playing with Sonic Youth now, because I did it for so long.
Yeah.
And I feel like now I have a situation where I play music with Bill Nace, which feels closer to me and my more of a natural, where my interests are, and it allows me to be able to have more of a focus more on visual art, which is more of who I am. For a number of years, it was pretty much on the back burner, but I did always think of myself as an artist, or think in visual art terms, rather than identify as a musician. Eating disorder is, it's kind of almost like a metaphor for how far women will go to please other people, and the feeling like their body is basically, that's what they have to work with. Right. I mean, that's what we have to, it's like, it's a powerful thing, a body, women's bodies. I think that, bottom line, at least you have to, really is about equal rights around the world. Women shouldn't be abused or, they should be fucking free.